Hello, welcome to this video on the Pricelinks job costing. The job costing allows you to enter costs against a previously estimated job, and then you can track the costs, see if things are on target or if they're starting to go pear-shaped. And then if they are, then you can obviously see what's going wrong and try and catch it before it goes wrong. If you missed it and it did go pear-shaped, then we can do a post-mortem on the job and run some reports to analyse where and how the cost got out of control so that it doesn't happen again. So to enter a new job, we just go to New, select an estimate that we've created, and then that will pull over all the details for us. So we've got the client, the site, and then our estimated material, labour costs, the hours on the job, and expenses if there were. We have a total figure, and then as we add cost to the job, that figure there will start to build up. So at the moment we have a selling price, a profit, and a profit margin, which is currently 100% because we've not added any costs on. But as we add cost, then our actual cost will build up here, and our percentage completed will be listed in there. So hopefully we can see if things are on target or not. Only a simple little job, this one, just a little house there, and so we have the sections on the left and then details of the sections on the right with the estimated costs for material, the materials which have been entered and the percentage completed. Similarly for the estimated hours and the labour costs and the expenses. So if you want to enter some costs against a job, I'll go into another job that I've already started just because there's a little more detail to show you. So I select job 1. This time it's a slightly larger job, and you can see from the sections on the left there, we've got ground floor, first floor with some sections against it. And now in the actual costs, we have some figures and the percentage of the job completed, showing our total costs at the end here against the selling price and profit margin and profit amount below that. And then below this we have the individual section costs estimated and completed, all in black apart from a couple of sections in red, which is our power section, but not too much to worry about. It's only marginally over cost on the materials, a little bit on the labour there, and similarly just material on the upstairs power there. So if we want to post some more costs against the job, we go into our posting screen, select the job we want to post against. The next line down, if you have our small works program, then if you've got a load of job sheets to enter against the job, you can also post them off against the small works if you need to. Costs we can enter as material, labour or expenses. We'll start off with a material one. So we just enter the section to enter the cost against. I'll enter these against the power section. Then the next line is a cost center. Within the system you can enter, within the default settings, you can enter as many different cost centers as you want, and these are just areas where you may want to list the costs below for the purpose of analysis at a later stage. So if I select that, it's got a few little samples in here just to show you might use it. So you might, one cost center for labor might be commissioning, for example, and then we have against the labor itself, we have standard labor or unplanned labor, labor rework, faulty original works, and then labor rework, incomplete original works. Just as a couple of samples, I'm going to put some unplanned material here, and then description. Again, we can select from preset descriptions. So I'm going to just put in invoice there, and I'll just edit that text and add on an invoice number. I'll just put in the amount for the invoice and post that off against the job. And I'll just keep track of the postings for this section so we know what we've entered here. Next, I'll enter a little bit of labour. I'll leave the section the same, and I'll just edit the cost center there, and I'll put it as labour rework against some faulty original work. Description, I'll put in as an approved electrician. Again, you can enter as many labour skill types as you want in the defaults. So if I select my approved electrician there, I'll put in the hours that I want to enter and the rate I want to use. We can set up to 5 different rates for each skill type. So I'll just put them in at time, and then it will pick up the hourly rate for that particular rate from the defaults and multiply the cost up for us. And then when I post that one on, that will go onto the job again, and it's showing us the types going in as a labour type there. And we just carry on posting cost against the different jobs for whichever discipline it is required there. So if I go back to our jobs now and go into job 1, we can now see that a few things have turned red. So our estimated actual cost for material have gone over. The labour cost is not too bad, but the hours are a little bit longer, so it might be to do with the rates that are being used there, which is why one's red and the other's not. So we're slightly over on the labour now. Sorry, on the material now. Labour costs are okay, but we're slightly over on the estimated hours. But the job is generally still in profit, so we've got a 35% margin there. And we can look at our sections and we can see straight away it's the ground floor section which is now gone red, and particularly the material section, and we can see that our materials are 113%, so it's about 13% over what we'd estimated there. Similarly for the labour, if we want to, we can take a look at that section. If I select that section, we can have a look at the costs which have gone into the section, and we can see in there we've got an invoice, some labour, another invoice. But looking at the cost centres, we can see it was unplanned material, sorry, and similarly the labour with the reworked original faulty works. If I go to our report screen, that could also be picked up on a report. So if we wanted to, if we knew where we're looking, and in this case we do, I can have an itemized breakdown. I can say, okay, I want to look at job 1, and I want to look at just the ground floor power section to see what went wrong. Again, I can limit the cost if I want, or I can show all of the costs. Similar, I can limit it to a cost center if it's a very large job, but this is only a small one, so a couple of costs in there, so I'll just show everything. And then if I run the report, it's showing just the ground floor power there with our costs. And again, we can see the reason for the overspend is we've got some unplanned material and some labour for fixing some faulty original works. So if the job hasn't gone right, this is where you'd be looking for the reasons why. And if you put the right cost centers in and post jobs correctly, you should be able to identify what the issues were. Another report you might want to look at is the section summary report. If you want to print out of what we've just seen on the screen earlier. So here we've got the job cost for job 1, there are all our section costs listed in there, and then the summary of the job below. And then the other report to the right hand side is just the job summary. So if we want to look at all our jobs and see how the profit margins are, for instance, then we can do that. That's just been a quick overview of the job costing from Pricelinks. If you'd like more information, then please contact us or go to our website at pricelinks.co.uk. Thank you very much for your time.